Yo, what's going on?
What's going on?
Much. What about you?
Fuck all.
Like all
The usual shit.
usual.
The usual.
You how many days are you working doing the construction stuff?
Five.
Oh, five. Nice.
Mm.
You you said it's been raining.
Yeah, we had Friday off because of fucking rain, but next week I think we'll be back to it. But because looking at the weather radar, it's about 1 to 5 mil, but it's like I think it's mainly at night.
Okay. Well, so anytime it rains, you basically just have it off.
Yeah, because I'm casual. It's like if it's like slight rain, we'll just go in. If it's raining the whole time, we'll just wait in the hut. But then yeah, if they're like if it's like it was meant to piss down the other day, they just shut down the whole site. Nobody went in.
Oh, nice. And you still get
Yeah.
paid.
No. If I was full time, I would like my old jobs, but I'm still casual because I'm still in my three probationary period. Because normally the first 3 months of a company, they always like see how good you actually are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I work in corporate, so like it's completely different to I guess like the construction business or like or just like the tradies in general. Um, there's no real um like it's you come in rain, hail or shine, or now it's just work
Yeah.
from home. And you
Unless you're in an office with no roof.
yeah, that's right. You're doing online coaching, yeah? How's that
Yeah.
going?
Yeah, good. I just did a few clients this morning. Got about, I don't know, 10 to 12 at any given time.
That's pretty good. How you
Yeah,
find that?
it's manageable.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Other,
I any more, I could take on more lifestyle clients, but in terms of like serious competitors, you have to keep your numbers low because otherwise you lose like time for them.
what how do you find balance?
Well, what balance?
Yeah,
Well, you should know you're a dad.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
right.
if you're not doing family time, when do you get free time? Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
don't. The idle times, it's good, but I'd rather be busy.
yeah, for sure. And then you got like
Yeah.
you too, so I bet you can't wait until that's done.
Yeah. One uni's done, and like it'd be good to be a full time bodybuilder. I tell you, I'd get bored. Yeah, like we were talking the other day that 100 mil lotto that was happening. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
at
I know.
Melbourne. And like if we won that, it'd be like I'd have to start a business because like what do you do every day? I couldn't just gym, come home, sleep. Like yeah, that'd be all right for like some days, but other days I'd be wake up, I'd be like fucking I need to fucking do something, you know?
You to have something else that takes up like some of your time, or at least
Yeah,
like a chunk. Um, I don't know what that would be, but it had to be something. Otherwise, you'd just be sitting home and just watching. I mean, like, look, it sounds good just sitting home and watching YouTube and whatnot, but
yeah, but you can only do so much.
you know, I do so much. Exactly, exactly. I go through
I'd
phases.
probably definitely start a supplement brand,
Yeah,
and I'd probably open a gym, so it'd be like the Raw Revive type thing. I'd have like a gym sub brand, and I'd sponsor athletes myself and try like look at the upcomers and try help people out and shit.
yeah, for sure, for sure. There's not
Yeah.
really if you compare like the Raw Revive kind of deal over in America, there's nothing really kind of like that in Oz.
No, like Jeremy, he's got the gym. Well, Jeremy is probably the closest thing because he's got the gym and he's got the Jeremy brand subs and he's sponsoring me and the missus.
I still can't believe how fucking cheap that is.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
can't believe like when I went to Pure Muscle, when I was in Canada, I'm like when they're like, oh, because if you're a competitor, they'll half the price of all their fees, and if you're a pro, it's all free. So, but then when I heard the price of like the 2 week pass, I was like, excuse me. I was like, I'll pay that for well, I don't pay, but I said that's what I would pay for a year at my Dermot gym in Australia for
I
two
can't.
weeks.
Yeah, that's really fucking crazy, man. I guess it goes to show how much cheaper it is. Like just down your way in comparison to everywhere else. So good.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah, well, people like they go to Anytime Fitness and it's like I think that's up to like 22.95 a week now or something. And people are like, why would I pay that when I can go to Dermot's 9.95 a week?
100%. Hang on, just can you just give me 2 minutes? Let's go take out the chicken. It's just done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's
Food
one-
first, food first.
yeah, exactly. Oh, one sec.
Bodybuilding above all else. Got my little blanker bobblehead. He's got the chicks chained up. Blanket bobblehead. Yeah,
Fuck's that?
Street Fighter.
No.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Oh, I know of it, but I haven't played it.
Oh, Blanket. I got it one day of Culture Kings. It was like, pay
Oh,
for shipping or get this for free. I was like, I might as well get something for free.
I hate paying for shipping. If it's like for example, like off like the Foot Locker, like I'll if I want to get something that's like $80, Foot Locker, you have to spend over 150. I'm like, I'm spending over 150, even though
Yeah.
I'm not paying $10 for shipping. So what happened is, right, so I've been looking for these like shoes. I've been wanting some Vans high tops, right? So I got my daughter some from like the kid shop, and then I bought some, and I'm like, I went in store. I'm like, look, can you order these in? And they're like, you have to pay shipping. So I kicked up a stink. I'm like, look, like I'm not paying shipping. Like this is a joke. Anyway, so they end up giving it me for free shipping. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking paying 10, $15 for shipping. No fucking chance.
In this day and age, including the price, so I don't know about it, or don't fucking.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
100%.
yeah.
100%. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Shipping real like always like I'll spend more so I can get free shipping. It's how they get.
Well, that's what this was. It was like, if I spend $10 more, I got free shipping. So I'm like, well, I might as well fucking. I just
Yeah,
looked at items under $10, and this
yeah,
is
yeah,
there. I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, cool, sweet.
Yeah, same. Are you a shoe guy?
Am I
Or like,
what?
are you a shoe guy or like
No, I like shoes. Like, I went to one launch once. It was at Teacher Plaza Foot Locker, and it was like the Jordan 4's green glows.
oh yeah, yeah.
So I've got them. I was keeping in my room, but I'm not really like, it's just, and I'm not materialistic at all. I don't know. I just hate wasting money on shoes. I'm like, I just need shoes to get by.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if that, I like the shoes. I'm like, oh, they're cool. Like, they're good. Like, yeah, I love Jordan 4's. I'd love to have a few pairs to wear at the gym, but I'm like, I'm not going to the middle lane and paying $480 for a pair of shoes. I'm getting wrecked at the gym.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Um hold up 1 second. The wife's just buzzing to get out of the apartment.
No.
Hang on, back in 1 sec.
Yeah. What else can I show people? Big jokes. Loyal to the oil.
Right. So people want to know about massing.
Oh, fucking how much do people want to know about PDs? That's all people want to know about. Drugs. What do you want to know, talk about? Drugs. I just showed him this. Loyal. I said loyal to the oil.
Loyal to the oil. What's the craziest thing that you've heard someone do?
First cycle trend, like 100 meg a day. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Fucking
There's,
hell.
there's this guy on Instagram that I follow just for a laugh. I don't know if you've heard of him. So you know Victor Black with the I don't know what you'd call it, like the black approach or like the smarter approach.
Oh yeah.
So
Just I
he
guess the logical approach.
yeah, well exactly. Like
Yeah.
I totally agree with it, but I also agree with you know, you need to use what you used in order to get what you want to get
The
out of it.
stimulus.
You're not going to grow on like 100 meg of this, 100 meg of that, and that's it.
Yeah.
But anyway, a while ago he's been posting about this Jordan Oakley. I don't know if you've come across him,
I think I've heard of that name.
and he just goes on about just stupid like cycles and what he does. But he literally looks like a piece of piss. Like
Yeah.
so, like, I'm talking, you know, upwards of 3+ grams, 4,
Is
5.
he just fucking getting fake gear?
Well, I don't know. Like I'd probably say so, but anyway, so he's in Canada or America or whatever, and he just goes on and on about how people are lying, like all these pros, like they're using this. Like I think it's just fucking crazy. Like what? Like I honestly believe, you know, that there's guys in the pro ranks like Ian, you know, Nick that yes, they're using a good amount, but they're not fucking using 2 grams plus of just test alone, or this, that. I think they're all fucking like genetic elite, and just
I think what people got to realize is as well, like these guys started when they're like 14. You know, they were bodybuilding to like 19, 5 years already natural. They already built some foundation and they've taken the right amounts over a long period.
that's exactly right.
And so where they are now, they're maintaining. They
Mm.
don't need exponential amounts. Like, yeah, I probably take a bit more than a lot of probably the pros, but I'm like started at 30 and I'm trying to get where they are by 40. I'm trying to, what they've done in 20 years, I'm trying to do in 10.
Exactly. No, exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a bit more to speed it up.
And that's also a good thing to pinpoint, have and make people realize, there's so many different moving variables and parts to this. I've only been using since I was 21, 22, and I haven't been using much since then. I'm 27. The most I've ever run was, upwards of 1.8 grams total.
Yeah.
Like what, 1.6, 1.8, and that's, I find, for me, like, and that's a lot. But in comparison to somebody else, that might not be a much. And I think there's different variables um to understand, and because it's all going to be different.
Yeah.
You've got
So you're
someone.
like, mate, you're only taking about 5 years. I've only been taking about 5 years as well.
Yeah. What's what's the craziest thing you've done, or most
I went
recent?
up to 3 grams a test.
Oh, that's right. I mean, I think you mentioned that last mentioned
Yeah,
that.
I didn't feel any different after that 1500 mark. It was just the same. It was just more oil.
Man, that's good.
You don't feel any better. That 1500 of tests, you definitely, I felt something. I was like, I woke up and I was like just driven. I'm like, I need today to happen. I need it. You're just like so like ready
So,
to tackle all the day.
so if we compare, let's just go 500 milligrams. How do you feel on that in comparison to 1,000 or 750? You feel any different?
Yeah, you feel a little bit different. I think you're a bit more energized, you're a bit more probably a bit better. But see, it all depends on diet that's with it as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you're on 500 and then a cut and 1,000 on a cut, you probably, I mean, you might hold your strength a little bit more. You might feel a little bit different. But if you're bulking on 500 and bulking on 1,000, you probably feel a bit more pumps,
Yeah,
a little bit different. But it's
okay.
not like it's not linear. It's not like
Yeah.
500, 1,000. It'll be like a
It's exponential.
curve.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So, okay. So let's compare 750, 1,000 to 1,500.
Well,
Or,
I feel like around the 500, 750, I'm all the same. Until I hit 1,200, 1,500, I feel it different again. So it's like in that middle, in between them, you don't feel any. You just feel the same.
yeah. Yeah. So I've never gone above 750, and I haven't done 750 in a long time. So I can't comment on that. I don't know how that feels, but
So you probably feel different at 1250.
yeah, yeah, that's right. I feel like I feel like I'd need to at some stage later down on and down the road. Um, but yeah,
I feel like high test is only beneficial straight after a show. When you're still lean and you're at the start of a bulk, but as soon as you're at the end of getting into a mass and you're holding any type of body fat, you don't want to do it because you're just going to convert to estrogen. And same as before a show, even when you're super lean going into a show, you don't want high test just in case there's that little bit of chance you hold a bit of water retention.
that's true.
So the optimal time for high test now, I never run high test anymore. The highest I go down is 400 because it just works out to be 1 mil of my
At all,
T400.
like at all in the off season, so that
Yeah,
you're still going to keep
yeah.
that.
I only go about 400
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at this stage. I mean, I might go up to. I mean, it's hard to pin T400 all the time. Like two. It might end up being 2 mil because I keep doing like maybe one extra increment, but maybe at the most 800, let's say.
Mm,
But now I just run high and mast
mm.
because I never used to run a lot of mast. I used to always run mast as an accessory to as like 400 600 meg. Now that mast is the main compound and test is like on the side as a
How do you
base.
how do you find? I can't remember if we talked about this last week, but how do you find master on being the main driver?
Oh, like way better because like in the off season, I normally used to get on high test. My blood pressure issues. I'd feel shitter, because like now I'm at my peak weight what I was off season. I was 115.6 today,
Mm.
and like I'm heaps better. The sex drive's better, the energy's better, my strength is better, the whole well-being, everything, all aspects of life are better on high mast.
Yeah. I've never utilized it, obviously utilized it in prep and whatnot, but not as a driver in an off season. You kind of used as a not so much as a driver in prep, but it was a pretty big. It usually is a pretty big component in a prep cycle, I'd say.
Yeah.
At least like a half to a third.
Well, my prep went so smooth. Like, I feel like I wasn't even dieting.
Like I wish I was on death row from like 12 weeks.
My prep was easy. It was only like because I was like the best condition probably 6 weeks out, and when I still had the good amount of like completely peeled with still that bit of fullness, like the bit of pop. And then when we started from 6 weeks out, trying to grind down to light heavies, that's when I started feeling like shit. Because it was just like my body didn't want to go there. I was like already peeled. Because I look back at pictures like, training in Dave's shed, like the Saturday morning pictures my missus was taking of me. And I was like, man, I was so fucking lean then. My abs were better, my lines and my legs were more separated. And as soon as I started trying to come down more, lost the lines of my legs.
Well, that's
I
the thing.
lost my shoulder pop.
Like it's that concept of trying to be 1% better, but then losing 10, 15, 20%. It's just not worth it. It's the same for like trying to improve, or trying to peak better. You've got guys using like a diuretic to be 0.1% better, but then the risk factor that it stuffs up, they can lose, they can lose so much more.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish I stopped it. Like I wish my lowest weight was like 95. When I started pushing down more, I don't know how I got to 90.7 in my lowest weight, and I don't know how that was. But it ended up being like 95 on stage.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was surprised how much, like towards the end, I just kept on dropping and dropping and dropping. Like I wasn't even really changing much. It's just
Mm.
like we didn't really make any drastic changes the last like six weeks or so. Just everything was pretty constant and just surprisingly just like a linear progression downwards until like I felt like I was just gonna die. And then we're like, right, time to have some food again. But like my lowest weight was like just over 100. And that's super light for me. I haven't been 100 kilos in like 4 years. And then I stepped on stage at a week later at the first show at 100, 109, 108. But yeah. What about so 3 gram of a test, what about any other compounds? Like that's
I
just
tried. I've done the 100 mega train a day, a couple of weeks.
I haven't used any more than 300 milligrams of ACE a week. I haven't done any more than that.
I didn't like because the most I'd ran before that was like 350. It didn't make a difference. Like that most trainer I didn't look any different. I just felt shitter. My sleep was worse.
Yeah.
It's not even like I was more tired or more aggressive. Just feel shit.
Oh, what about an anthe? I feel like um you can do a bit more. I feel like from my experience, I feel like I can handle more load on the and like Trent E. I've run it at
Yeah.
600 before in the off season a couple of years ago. Yeah, I felt in the 2 hours at the gym, I felt pretty bloody good. But outside of that, felt like I was just about to pop.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of training. Like he's who say to me, "Oh, I'm going to try it in the off season." I'm like, "Why?" I said, "People don't understand that. Oh, it's meant to be the most anabolic, whatever." But it's like there's so many factors that ruin the anabolic factors of it, like sleep, well-being. Like if you don't feel good and everything goes good, and the body inflammation, you're not going to make the gains anyway. Like I
Exactly.
don't know why people should never touch trend except for a contest prep.
totally agree. And it goes back to what I was saying before about trying to be 1% better or whatever, but then losing 10, 20% overall. Like it's not going to do anything.
What I hate as well is I get people coming to me and they're like, "Oh, I just want to fucking shred up." I'm like, "I'm going to take like training and all that."
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like, man, no, no. I said the drugs don't shred you up. Your diet shreds you up.
yeah,
I'm like,
that
how about a fucking diet? And all these guys are like, they don't change any of their eating. They don't change any of the fucking. They don't add any cardio. And they just think by changing compounds they're going to get shredded. And
yeah,
I'm like, man, you guys have got no fucking idea.
yeah, yeah. It's surprising how many people think like that, but
Because realistically, you can do a prep on fucking Deca, Testy, and what a D-bowl, like so-called wet compounds, and you fucking get just as fucking peeled if your diet's in the right spot. It's like,
that's right.
yeah, people, it's not about the compounds. Like realistically, per milligram, they all grow the same amount of muscle mass.
Yeah, 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 that's right. So you said you were at 115 this morning. Do you want to give? Do you have any photos? Have you done checking with? You want to get some photos
Yeah,
up?
I've checked in. Yeah, I'm definitely like lost a bit of lines and that. Like I'm getting softer, but the strength is unreal, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm pushing weight so easily. I got like fucking like when I told you the other day, I'm like, oh, should I do the 70s? Because the week
Yeah,
before, like progressive overload, I was like, did the 62s for 12. And I'm like, oh, because I meant to get 8 to 10. And I never keep, I've been slowly going up, but they still haven't hit the right heaviness. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll just go straight to the 70s for the top set. And yeah, I got 8 fucking good reps. I was like, oh, I'm fucking happy with that.
See, at Metroflex where I train, yeah,
That's
nice.
this morning,
I, li- I,
115.
I like the buckshot. It looks thick. Hang on, it's back on my
See
foot.
how,
I have to turn that rice off.
see
Um,
how on the back shot now, see how my lat here is from the underarm armpit. It's thicker now. It's coming straight down before it sweeps in. Before it was sweeping in a lot quicker, so my lat is actually getting more width before it comes in.
yeah, mine. So that's a pretty big focus area for me. Yeah, nice.
So just
Fuck, your head looks like you're about to pop.
oh yeah, fuck, I'm full as a house, mate.
Yeah, you've definitely made some improvements already. That's for sure.
For me, don't shit. I just get as big as possible. I hate staying lean. I can't do it. I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels.
Yeah.
I just have to just fucking just load it in me. Fucking and push the weights because I feel like weight moves weight. And it's like if you get bigger, even if I'm fatter, it allows me to push heavier weights, which will stimulate more muscle.
Mm. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm a huge component of, you know, giving yourself the best environment to be able to utilize more weight. Granted, tempo, execution
Yeah.
is all relatively good. I mean, yeah, sure, it's all right if it's out or if you cut it short a bit or whatnot. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree. I can't stand the guys who do like pump stuff and don't use or use real light bullshit stuff.
Yeah.
That really grinds my gears. I can't stand it.
I, I feel like anything over 20 reps is you're wasting your time just because they might be beneficial as you go to failure, but then you're just wasting your time on the first 10 reps where you're feeling nothing.
Oh,
You know?
look, I wouldn't say that because if you do a set of look, I don't have anything programmed more than 20 on like a main muscle.
Compound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Besides carbs. I
Yeah.
mean, if I overshoot on a leg press and I have a set of 20 and I hit 25, 30, then fucking oath, I know I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But
Well, they say to 30 reps, but the thing is, it depends how slow you're going. Because like if I'm doing 20 of my reps with like an 8 second eccentric, it's like that's fucking just I'm under the weight so long. So I'm talking about 20 reps like that.
yeah,
Like if you're a little bit quicker than 30 is all right, but it total maybe time under tension. I don't like going a set over 2 minutes.
yeah, well, that's true.
I feel
Well,
like if you're over 2 minutes, you start using your energy pathways, and all you're starting to use is the slow twitch fibers, and that's not what you want. You want the fast twitch fibers.
but then also if you compare, for example, me compared to you, you're shorter than me, so then your range of motion theoretically is going to be like the time on attention for one rep, let's just say, will be shorter than it is for mine because I'm taller. So let's just like for a squat pattern. Let's just say it takes you because my limbs would be longer, technically it would take me longer to execute.
Yeah, maybe an extra second per rep.
And that all adds up. You know, you do like a set of 12, 15, 20, however much that it's all going to add up, you know.
Mm.
But yeah, I totally agree with like what you're saying in terms of like anything above, you know, 20 plus on a like consistently, like more than like 2 sets, for example. I'm okay doing it as like a widow maker or whatever on no, that's gonna fucking kill you on legs, whatever.
Yeah, Widowmakers are fucked.
Yeah, I know. But like I hate the 4x20, 4x12, or 4x15 on everything.
Nah. When I see someone's programming like that, I'm like, man, you're just doing cardio now.
Yeah, and especially when like people don't put any effort into, you know, they don't put focus or effort into the rep itself. Like it's just very motion. Like you can it stands out like a sore thumb, you know. But I mean, like everybody goes to train for different reasons. That like I'm not talking shit or whatever. But
well, if you're in the gym, good on you. But
yeah, for sure.
For normal people, but if you want to be a bodybuilder and you're like, then you got to be more serious. You know, like, it's all right for an average person; they're there to be fit. But if they're like, no, I want to fucking make it, then okay, well, you got to be fucking serious about it.
Yeah, for sure. If they're just there just to have some fun, you know, be fit, 100%, I'm all down for that.
Yeah.
But another thing that really annoys me is people who say that they're all for it. They want to do this, they want to do that, they're willing to do whatever, and then just fuck around. That really annoys me.
And you see like on their stories or something, they're like, oh, fucking haven't had time to eat any meals today, so I'm loading up this meal, and it's just like shit, like chips and like all deep fried stuff. I'm like, I'm like, you're a fuck.
That really annoys me. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Especially if their body's good, like if they've got crazy genetics. You know, it's like it's all right for them because they sort of keep lean. You know, and then everyone, all these fucking young kids think, oh, if I can just skip meals and eat shit like that, and I'll look like him. It's like some people are just genetic freaks and they just look like that, or they do a lot of shit you don't see. You know, like they might not even eat that meal. Sometimes they might pick at that shit meal and they've actually have had all their meals.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Do you?
Because people got to realize, whoever you following, whoever you watch, you're not them.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone's fucking.
Especially on the social media stage, like everybody's doing something that they're not saying, or that's why I'm trying to be as, you know, open as possible. Like we're not gonna shit talk here about like what we're eating or what we're taking.
You look at the end of the day, right? Everyone's like, oh, all that fucking crazy fit your macros and shit. You look at the biggest guys, right? You watch all the YouTube guys, or I just said about YouTube, not watching, but any big guy, you look at all their YouTube, what are they eating? Chicken and rice. Everyone eats the standard fucking shit. They're not eating, I'm going to make protein pumpkin pancakes and this ice cream and shit tonight. They're all fucking eating meat, one ingredient foods.
Yeah.
Like all these smaller guys, like classic physique, like Chris Bumstead, he has his pancakes and shit, and the physique guys, that's all right. But you look at the biggest fucking animals, the men's open. If you want to be huge, all they eat is real food.
That's true.
They don't fuck around, you know.
What do you think? Speaking of men's physique, I don't really follow men's physique. I might follow like a few guys here and there, but I don't follow it like I do in open bodybuilding.
I just know a few names. Like I know Jerry Bundia, and the only person I really like his physique is Brandon Hendrickson.
Oh yeah.
Because he's actually thick and bubbly. I like him. Like he should go to classic.
Yeah, like I like the guys that they have like that you can see like they have a good silhouette. I don't like the guys who, you know, they've got a huge upper body, but then their legs are like literally sticks.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't know why. Like, surely it's not like healthy. Surely, like, like when you go train, you're gonna snap shit up, you know?
Yeah, and I hate this.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, back in,
yeah.
what pose is that? And they hold it there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
How they do like the
fuck.
quarter turns, yeah. Fuck, that's
Oh,
so
I don't know what that is.
because they're implementing a that new rule with the weight cut. Because
Yeah,
those guys that their upper bodies, I'd be safe to say they could do opens with the upper body.
yeah, yeah. And then they could do bikini lower body.
That's crazy to actually think that. Your
I
upper
don't
body
know.
is enough to be doing an open, but then their legs
The
like
only thing about them though, their upper body is big from the front, but from the back, they've all got tiny little erectors at the back. Their
yeah,
their their back thickness isn't there.
I've noticed that like they've got that how do I explain it? Like they've all got erect like
Width.
weird like but they've all got erectors like that kind of like X down like the middle of their back,
Yeah.
but it doesn't translate the same way that an open back would.
Mm. I
Uh,
think it's because they don't do like heavy compound pulls. It'd be like all chest supported, like more isolation back movements. I think. I don't think they do like all that
yeah,
deadlifts or bent over rows. I don't think they do that heavy type of rowing to keep their waist tighter.
yeah, 100%. Because I when like all of my back thickness, like I'd say that like my back is probably one of my stronger body parts, and I'd say especially my thickness, and I've always pulled off the floor, and I've gotten strong at them. I've always done heavy T-bar, heavy barbell rows, heavy rack pulls, anything where I need to support my own weight. Uh,
Mm.
so I just did some check-ins this morning. I'll get some up so the listeners can.
Yeah, I used to back in the day, even when I was natty, I used to do shitty ass deadlifts. I lifted all with back, so I got a sore back now. Yeah, yeah, it's killer.
Yeah,
I
so
saw them. I liked them on Instagram.
yeah, I saw. Like I've always done like real heavy pulls, and I feel like that's like you can row as much as you want, like or you can do as many pull down or whatever you want, but you can tell someone who is strong and pulls off the floor or has in
Mm,
the past in comparison to someone who hasn't. You can always
yeah,
tell. For example,
like
you look at James, like you look at like some of like the UK guys, like James,
James. Look
all
at JP, man. Look at JP.
exactly.
Fucking beast.
Exactly, and you can tell the difference between someone like him and someone who hasn't like I don't know what it is, but you can just tell. You know what
Yeah.
I don't.
JP said that as well. JP has that. He goes, you can tell when someone pulls fucking heavy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, and you don't have to continuously do it. Like, I don't really pull off the floor anymore. I still do my hinge movements. I
Mm,
heavy hinge move, all that kind of stuff. But as long as like you've spent a good amount of time doing them in your
yeah.
career, I feel like it's going to stay with you.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done
Yeah.
deadlifts or anything like that for a long time. Maybe
Well, I haven't done deadlift since I was natty. And
there,
when I was natty, I deadlifted. I was 60. Oh, what was I? I was 70 kilos and I pulled 220.
there you go.
Yeah. And that was for 4 reps. And I was horrible form. That was all back. That's probably why my back's strong. But it's fucking, yeah, it was all back because, I fucking wouldn't squat down enough.
Yeah. I when I was at my previous gym not that long ago, or maybe like just I don't know, maybe 3 4 months ago. I really this was before so before I moved. I find RDLs for upper back, not focus, but upper back stimulus is just as good as, if not better than I'd say like a rack pull or a barbell row. The amount of tension that I get from that is freaking
Mm.
ridiculous. I don't
Well,
know.
you got to think about most studies show it's more time under tension and obviously like mechanical tension then like the contraction doesn't matter as much. So like if you think about the RDL, you're fucking holding that weight and that's just pulling apart your back open. Because I used to that's one thing ever since I stopped deadlifting, I've always done RDLs. And I can only just go to just under my knee because that's when it becomes all back. Not but I've done 240 for 10.
Yeah, that's the way.
And like you think about that weight on my back, it's just ripping apart.
but also it's not just your back, it's your whole posterior. Like my glutes, my
Yeah.
hands, my calves, even they're freaking ruined.
Mm. Yeah, it's like you that kind of way. You even feel your straps like the fucking
Yeah,
stretching.
like I do like a set, and I probably need like I need at least like 6-8 minutes
Mm.
at least. Like those are probably the one thing that like ruin me more than probably like a hack squat, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like if you're doing heavy RDL for your compound, you can literally just do one working set.
Yeah,
Just do one working set of like 8 to 10, even 6 to 8 in the off, obviously in the off season. I want to do 6 to 8 in prep, but you do like a 8 to 10, and then you just do more leg curls like that. That because just to focus on the hamstrings after that. That one set will fuck you up enough.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, what would you say your favorite compound is?
In for what for posterior?
Posterior, back, yeah, I'd say that, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon for me it'd be either a stiff leg pull, but I'll do it from a little bit higher up, like the first racks on the power rack.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I've got such short arms,
Yeah,
if I actually pull from the floor, it's too much on my lower back.
yeah,
So I'll do like a full stiff leg deadlift or a RDL.
yeah, I'd probably
Would be
say,
my favorite.
even though I don't have I have a single leg RDL program to run right now. That's actually really challenging. You can't use as much,
Mm,
um, but to stabilize your body and to keep it stable while you're doing the movement is actually really, really hard.
yeah.
And plus
See, for me, I'd feel like instead of doing that, I'd rather put the weight on my back and do the double leg RDL. And if instead of single leg RDLs, I'd just do like a single leg press.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, I do
Because I
find
feel like you're wasting, like you could for this, like you're not getting enough stimulus out of for the fatigue.
well, so with yeah, that's right. With a regular RDL, the fatigue is way higher. The
Mm,
load is way higher, so that obviously the fatigue goes up with that.
mm,
But the load goes throughout the entire posterior. Whereas I feel like the single leg that I'm doing, I don't really get much upper back involvement.
yeah,
I'm getting a
because
lot.
it can't open your back up.
I'm getting like a lot more hamstring focus, hamstring glute focus, which is kind of what I want anyway. Um, because the way that my program is set up, I trained back the previous day, so I don't really want to be hitting an RDL or something fucking heavy like the day after I train back.
Mm. We need to do workout videos for this podcast. Like, I need to come up to Sydney or something and we need to like film a workout video and talk about what we're doing and upload to this channel.
Mm. Yeah, I've still been trying to. I need to start uploading on the Instagram stuff a bit more of like what I'm doing. So I'm noticing you're uploading a bit more of your content.
Yeah. I want to start doing more voiceovers and like really like this is what I'm trying to achieve. I'm focusing here, trying to help people out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. So I feel like a lot of people don't really understand why. Like for us, it's a no-brainer or just makes sense as to why we do something, but a lot of people it doesn't.
Mm.
And it's simply just because they just don't know or they haven't done it before or yeah, you know what I mean? Or they don't have a coach telling them.
We're trying to fast track people's progress so they don't fucking waste time on all the bullshit we wasted time on.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's I could have saved a lot of years of my earlier days if I had someone telling me what to do that
Yeah.
you rather than just trying to.
Which is why it's so imperative to hire a good fucking coach, but people don't want to spend the money. If you have a good coach, you'll save so much time, especially from the start. You're actually better off getting a coach like the first 4 years of your career, then doing your own thing when you've
Yeah,
learned more.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree.
Should we do a part 2 of this podcast if you got time?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
We've only got a minute left, so might as well. We haven't even touched on like a bit more chems people want to.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'll
Yeah.
stop here and I'll call you back. Right.
So yeah.